really quickly here. Let me copy this link. You all give me just a second. I want to share this link. But we're having a live workshop today on entrepreneurship, and I'm actually getting ready to head into the office right now. But I wanted to talk to you all really quickly about why you can't run your business or do things the way that you used to do it. And so today, all of the entrepreneurs are coming together inside of the Unlocking Greatness community, and it's going to be an amazing workshop. The primary focus is on sales and conversions and getting their business revenue where it needs to be. But you all give me just 1 minute because I wanted to share the Okay, maybe I won't be able to share the link with everyone. So we're having a live workshop session today at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. First, let me say this to the people who are already members in the Unlocking Greatness community. Thank you, Antonia. Thank you. For those who are already members that have access to the Entrepreneur Live workshop sessions, if there's any session that you attend this month, well, we're already at the end of the month, make sure that you guys be there on time today. Because as you all know, if you're running any kind of business or you have a goal or a dream in mind, you guys can't do things exactly the way that you're used to doing it and expect what worked in the past to work. So today, when all of the entrepreneurs come together, and especially for those who are coaches and who are mentors, those members, what you all are going to learn today is absolutely phenomenal. We're going to be focusing on, not only do we all love and praise God and put Him first in our lives, that's always first, but we're going to be focusing heavy today on implementation. We're going to be focusing on what is going right and what is not going right in the business. How exactly do you go about increasing sales and conversions? Like, what exactly do you do? How are people getting people into their platforms? Or how do I get my global products and services out there to the world? What exactly do I need to do? And what mechanisms and automations and systems do I need in place to even get that up and going? So I'm only going to be live for just a few minutes because I'm heading into the office to get prepared. But I want to tell you all, for those who are members of the Unlocking Greatness community, make sure, the entrepreneurs, make sure you attend today's session. And here's why I'm talking so passionately about this, you all. I know that we love God. And you all know I spend more time in my Bible, right? And in prayer and going online to encourage you all. I always got something, good that I want to tell you all to inspire you and get you up and going. But you also have to make sure you're taking care of your finances and your resources. Am I right? You all let me know if I'm right about that. That is just as important. And I know many times we don't talk about that. We don't, a lot of times when I go live, you all see the part of me that really, in many cases, I just came out of my prayer closet, or I just came from praying or from reading a scripture. And all I want to do, because I love you all so much, I just want to pour into the community. I just want to pour into talking to you all and building you all up. But a lot of responses that I get from people, and this is what the part that people don't see, is people that are struggling with their either their finances or with their business or with their program, or maybe someone has a book in mind or someone has a whatever in mind, they want to produce or get off the ground, and they don't even know the first step to do it. Or at least they begin to get out there and just try to do some of everything and just don't know. You all, there's power in coming together as an entrepreneurial community, especially for those who love God and are putting God first in their lives. There's tremendous power in that. So the reason you see me kind of being a little, I don't know the word, but I feel very, what is the word? It's almost like a righteous anger that I feel is I want to see the people of God have success in their finances as well. I want to see your business grow, baby. I want to see your book spread around the world. I want to see your podcast grow and be all around the world. I don't want you sitting on that dream or that goal that you've been thinking about, for the last 10, 12 years, and it's still not quite off the ground because you simply don't have the knowledge to know how to go out there and make it happen. I'm just being very honest with you all. And you all know I love you. I'm coming straight from love. But it bothers me when I see people with so many talents and goals and dreams. And some of you all are artists. Some of you all are mentors and coaches, or at least you need to be, right? Because you're giving all your advice away for free anyway, so you need to be a mentor or a coach. Some of you all have books that God has put inside of you to write, or podcasts to produce, because you need to reach out to young girls or young women, or if there's some guys on this live right now, young men or whatever, to help them, in their walk with God, or to help them grow, or to help them deal with life's issues. I believe in all of us. Listen carefully, you all. And all of us, someone says, you've helped me so much. Thank you, baby. And all of us, you all, there is is a spirit of entrepreneurship that God has given us. And you may say, Z, why are you saying that? Because I understand Genesis chapter 1 pretty well. When God created your butt, and I say this with love, let me not say but. When God created you, he created you in his image. And is God not a creator? Does he not multiply? Does he not grow? Is he in a spirit of scarcity or poverty, or is he in a spirit of, I just don't know what to do or just can't? Well, no, no, no. When he created you in his image. So my passion is when you come to the Unlocking Greatness community, for those of you who are already members, you already know what I'm going to say. Yes, we have a membership level in there for personal development, and that's for those who want nothing to do with running a business, nothing to do with starting an entrepreneurship program, and you all are more than welcome to come. You know that. The website is unlockinggreatness.com. Our very first membership level is all about foundation, and that's for people that are like, Z, I can't even think about entrepreneurship right now. I just got to focus on me, getting some structure in my life, going deeper in my walk with God, going deeper in my mindset, getting some healthy routines in place, getting disciplined, learning how to not keep my butt on social media all day, learning how to command my day before my feet even hit the floor, learning how to have a repetition in my life, learning how to overcome distractions, learning how to change the atmosphere in a room. That's what that whole first level was about inside of the Unlocking Greatness community. And that level is called our foundation level. So there are many, many, many of you that fall in that category, if you decide that you want to join and come in. And there are some of you, I would say about half, because that's kind of our average that we see. Half of you are like, Z, I need that. I absolutely need that personal development. But Z, I got to get help with entrepreneurship. I have to get my business going. And some of you all have been having the same kind of sales, the same kind of whatever for the longest. You have got to get yourself in the right environments and begin to work on you. I say this with love, you all. Stop trying to do it alone. Please. Even if you say, Z, I don't like you. I don't want to hear nothing about any mindset, principles or any biblical principles or any whatever. Then, baby, go find yourself quickly some program or mentorship or something that's going to work for you. But stop trying to do it alone and get the help you need so that what may take you years to do, you can probably get done in months when you're in the right environment. Does that make sense, you all? Entrepreneurship is important, and I know I don't talk a lot about it because when I go live, I'm mainly here to just really get the word of God in you. But you all want to know something? Do you know how much time, how much is mentioned in the Bible about money, about entrepreneurship, about business, even some of the examples Jesus gave himself? It's a part of who God is. And what I mean by that, so someone doesn't misquote me on that, growing and multiplying with the resources that God has given us is a part of who he is. Does that make sense? So you have to ask yourself this question right now. Am I getting the results that I want? Now, for those of you who are members in the Unlocking Greatness community, make sure you all attend today's session because I know about a week or so ago, I can't remember, when we had a guest speaker in there, one of the things he had asked was how many of you are already over 100K? And I noticed there was about a good, I don't know, maybe a third of you all, maybe a third said that you were not, you were nowhere near it. For those who had answered you all know what I'm talking about. I'm speaking to the members right now who may be on this live. If you were one of the ones when we had our last session and we had a guest speaker and he was, I think he was talking about money blocks. Remember that whole expert we had in? And he asked the question, how many of you all are over 100,000? And I think about a third of you all said, I'm not there yet, or I'm far off from it. Especially if you're one of the members in the Unlocking Greatness community. And if that was your response when he asked that question, it is extremely important that you clear your schedule and do whatever you need to do to be at today's live workshop session for members only in the Unlocking Greatness community. One of my primary goals, because you don't see my butt on my couch or upstairs in my closet, literally, and this is the God honest truth, crying out in tears for God to bless you. Bless your lives, your families, and your businesses. Crying out to God to give me the wisdom, bless me to get the right experts and resources inside of the Unlocking Greatness community so that you can grow, so that you don't have those financial difficulties and you can spend more of your time on serving and giving instead of wondering where's the next dollar going to come from. So for those who are already members in the Unlocking Greatness community, If you answered to that question when we had that speaker in, and he said if you're under 100,000 comment, and your comment was that you're not there yet, please make sure you're there today. Today's live workshop session is at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time, and today's focus is for entrepreneurs. And the focus for today is on increasing and growing your sales. It's going to be really, really, really good. It's not just going to be just talk. We're going to be talking about what are every avenue available, right? Depending on what business model you're in, so that you can quickly begin to increase sales, grow your revenue, and begin to position yourself, even to a degree, for global reach. We're not going to get too much into global reach because that's more so for the inner circle, which I'll talk about that later. But we're going to be talking about what are all the levels to push. Now, let me tell you all this. And again, for those who are joining this live, I know I'm talking more business right now. I'm in my business mindset now. But for those of you who are in business or who are entrepreneurs, you guys have to realize you can't do things the way you used to do it and expect to get the exact same results. You can't. The world has changed. So some of the old techniques and old things that you used to do, some of that stuff just doesn't work anymore because we're in a different environment. There's a beautiful passage in Isaiah 43 I love, and I was reading it this morning when I was sitting down just to meditate and pray for a little bit. And it says, forget the former things, do not dwell on the past. See, I'm doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? And he goes on to say, I'm making a way in the desert and streams in the wasteland. Now, I'm not taking that scripture out of context. I'm reading that scripture to help you to see and just realize, baby, you can't always do things exactly the way that you used to do it and expect a different result. Times have changed. The world has changed. There's different things you have to do now for those of you who are trying to grow a business or grow a company or get anything off the ground. And this is why today's live workshop that we're having for entrepreneurs is going to be very, very, very important. And one of the things I'm going to do, I'm going to give a little bit of a surprise away. We're rolling back the curtains a little bit, and I'm going to be sharing with you all a little bit of my business model. Now, for those in the inner circle, we go a whole lot deeper, not only into my business model and all of the things that we're working on and doing and what's worked and what's not. But today I'm going to roll back the curtains a little bit so it can save you all some time, especially for those of you who are using any form of social media or any form of advertisement or any form of podcasting, or maybe you have a book you're trying to put out there or coaching program or what have you. It's going to be really good, you all. It's going to save you some time. My prayer and my goal, I pray to God that after today's session, this is my prayer, I pray to God you all immediately implement the things that you're learning today, and I start seeing some favorable results come in. And the next time we have another guest speaker that comes in that talks about money or anything like that, I want to see more hands go up in the air when they say how many of you all are already at the 6 figures or above. Does that make sense, you all? I'm going to get myself on out of here. Nawali says, what's the website? Yvonne, thank you for putting that in there. My website is unlockinggreatness.com. Now, let me very quickly explain to you all what to expect. We have 3 membership tiers at unlockinggreatness.com. You get to decide which tier is best for you. That's up to you. The very bottom line is our very first tier is all about personal development, spiritual growth, of course, but personal development, getting you right. Some of you all, and I need you to take this the right way, some of you all are not ready just this very moment to start or grow a business because you've got to get you together. I don't have time to go into detail about it now. I'm going to do my best to go live a little bit later when I get to the office because I'm actually still at home right now. But some of you all really need to work on your mindset, and you got to work on your faith. You've got to work on your doggone routines. You've got to work on learning how to deal with opposition. You've got to understand what opposition even means. You've got to work on dealing with distractions. You've got to work on do you even know who you are and where you're trying to go in life. If any of that defines you and you decide to join Unlocking Greatness today, the Unlocking Greatness community, start off with that very first tier, which is that foundation tier. And if you do that, just so you know, you won't be in today's live workshop session. You'll be in the next live workshop session we're having, and that one is on Monday. But you will be able to start on the necessary retreat immediately, which is a beautiful retreat inside the program. You'll also be able to go through the training and resources and things we have on there. But we're having a live workshop session on Monday for those in personal development. Right now, what I'm talking about today is I'm speaking specifically to those of you who say, Z, yes, I want personal development, but I really need some doggone help with my business. My numbers are not where I want it to be. I want the personal development, but Z, I really need the entrepreneurship training as well. Now, if that defines you, then you really need to get into the Unlocking Greatness community today, because our next live workshop for the entrepreneurs is today at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. Do not be late. It is going to be so packed. And even if we have, and when I say packed, I mean packed with a tremendous amount of resources and information. If we have time, what I would like to do today, and this is something we haven't done in a little bit, I would like to get one or two of you all in the hot seat. And that means that you come up on the Zoom call, you come in the middle of the screen, and we actually talk about your business model, what's working and what's not. See, many of you all are not aware, because I don't talk a lot about business when I'm live online, just for all kinds of reasons. I don't go into a lot, but I've been in business for over 30 years, or just about 30 years, right? Ran a number of companies, and I won't go into detail about that. I just, when I'm online like this, I mainly just go online to pour the word of God into you all. But there's so much that you all can learn about products and services and getting it out for global reach to the world. Even if you want to trademark or copyright or manufacture your own products, or maybe have your own coaching community platform, right? Or maybe start a podcast, or maybe write a book, right? Or maybe open up your own retail store. And by God's grace, those are all things that I've done. Many people just don't know that, because I don't talk a lot about it when I'm live online. But when members join the Unlocking Greatness community and they attend those live workshop sessions, and I'm smiling because someone just put a comment up, and she said, I guess this is her first session she just watched when she came into the community. I don't know if it was yesterday, but she just put a comment up, and she said, my goodness, I've been following you for a year, Z. I never joined. And she said, I'm trying to get her exact words. And she said, I am so glad that I finally joined and got in here. She says, I've only watched one replay, because she watched the live workshop we just did. And she says, you don't even understand how much this has changed so much for me. So hopefully she'll be today attending the live session we're having. But you all, there's a lot that goes on inside of the Unlocking Greatness community. There's a lot. Not only the training, the resources you all get, the live workshop sessions, the amazing guest speakers we have come in, right? It's a tremendous amount that goes on. So if you are an entrepreneur, you have two options when you go to unlockinggreatness.com today. Two options. You can join in the growth plan, and that's for entry level to intermediate entrepreneurs. Let me explain that a little bit. I'm going to talk for about 2 more minutes and get my butt off of this live. That growth plan is for entrepreneurs who you already have a business, or you have a book, or you have a whatever it is, product, service, you name it. Maybe you're a social media influencer, and you've been doing this for a little bit, and you're just trying to get it up and going and get it off the ground. That's what that growth tier is really all about. You get a tremendous amount of training. You'll be with me today, in fact, in the live workshop session we're having at noon. That's that growth tier. Now, that third tier that we have at unlockinggreatness.com, and many people are not aware of it because we just put it back up there. That's our inner circle tier, our pro tier. And let me explain that before you go there and sign up. The pro tier is for those of you. Someone says, yes, there's a tremendous amount of information to help you in the community. Thank you, Lorraine. Thank you. Someone says, I'm amazed and grateful for what I chose to personal development. Lorraine, we're so glad to have you. And maybe one day you'll come into the entrepreneur sessions as well. Many people end up kind of graduating and coming on up to the entrepreneur sessions. But let me explain really quickly. That third tier that we have in the Unlocking Greatness community, that's a tier that we've kept closed for a little bit. We just opened it up just a few days ago. That's our pro tier. Now, that's the inner circle, and that's really not for everybody, at least not for now. That tier is only for those of you who are coaches or mentors. Maybe you're a social media influencer, or what have you, and you're looking for global reach. You're looking to build a community, pretty much like similar to what, by God's grace that I've done. You're looking to build out a community platform, a global reach platform. You're looking to have your products and services extend globally. So you're looking for more advanced training. Does that make sense? So don't get in that pro inner circle tier if you feel that's going to be a little overwhelming for you. And let me explain advanced training. When we have our entrepreneur sessions like the one we're having today at noon, this is for all of the entrepreneurs today at noon. When we have those sessions, we go pretty deep. We go into a lot of things. So today you all are going to learn a lot about increasing revenue, increasing sales. Z, what are some of the levelers that I can push today to start getting more money, more sales into my business and growth? What are some specific things that I can go in that can help create passive income for me? So all of that is going to be today. But if you're in that category where you're like, that's good, Z, but I already have my platform, I'm already up and going, but now I want global reach and I want more advanced training. I want to learn, for example, how exactly do I set up my campaigns? How exactly do I have the best kind of webinars? How exactly do I go about producing and manufacturing and getting these products out for global reach? How exactly do I go into creating a coaching and community platform worldwide like the one you've created? You get my point? So for those of you who are in that category, we just opened up the inner circle just a few days ago. We tend to open it and close it because we keep it kind of small. And if you find yourself that, hey, you know what, Z, that defines me, then I would welcome you to go to unlockinggreatness.com and get your butt on in there right now while we still have open enrollment. And that's going on right now. We've actually waived the enrollment fee. There used to be an enrollment fee on there that was like $997. That's actually been waived as well for the enrollment. So let me see if there's any questions. I got to get out of here. I was supposed to be live for 15 minutes. I'm going to try to go live a little bit later throughout the day. I'm excited about today because all of the entrepreneurs are meeting together. They love God. They are faith-driven people. They are absolutely phenomenal. But today is the day. Please, God, help this to happen. I want the doors to be open. I want their eyes to be open. And I want them to begin to evaluate and see their business and clearly see the pathways for how can I, in this upcoming month that we have coming right now, how can I have a quantum leap in my business and increase the revenues and do some things that's going to take me to a whole nother level? What is it that I'm not even looking at? Which brings me back to the point I made earlier, you all. You can't do things the same way that you've been doing it and expect for the results to increase or be better. Not at this time and age. I'm just being honest with you all. I do a lot more studying and researching and going to conferences and events than you all may ever realize. With the use of AI and so many other things that's happening in this world, if you think the old way of running your program or running your business or whatever it is going to still, now if it is getting you the same results and you're pretty happy, then just keep on doing what you're doing. That's great. But for the majority of people, because I speak to thousands and thousands of people, for the majority of people, you have to do some things differently. Are y'all picking up what I'm laying down? And I believe that God absolutely desires to bless you and desires to bless your business. Absolutely. But sometimes you have to get the extra help that you need. So if you find yourself in a situation where you're like, I need to grow, I need to get some extra help, Z, not only in my business, but with my mindset. And that's a whole nother thing. Don't think for one moment you can come into the Unlocking Greatness community and only, hey, Alasia, I see you. Hopefully I see you in a little bit at our meeting we're about to have. Don't think for one moment that you can come into the Unlocking Greatness community and only focus on just the business aspect and not get that personal growth that you need as well. Because, baby, mindset has so much to do with it. And I talk a lot about mindset, right? I talk a lot about spiritual growth, right? Today is one of those days where we're heavily focusing on income producing strategies for your business. Even if you don't have the business off the ground yet, but you have the idea and you've been sitting around with this idea for the last year and you've tried a little thing here, there, and whatever, and you didn't get the results that you want. If that defines you, today of all days, I would say get yourself into the Unlocking Greatness community for today's workshop, because we're focusing heavily today on income producing streams of revenue, strategies to do for your business. I'm going to literally pull back the curtains and even share with you all several things, even from my different businesses and different models that's work. And then by God's grace, I want to put a couple of you all in the hot seat so that we can talk about your business, your product or service. And collectively, you all get this, collectively as a community, we come together and we help you to figure it out and help you to figure out how can you, even by this time next week, experience, a nice increase in terms of your sales and what you're doing. So anyway, I got to get my butt on out of here. I got to get to the office, but I wanted to share with you all today's entrepreneur session is going to be really powerful. Let me see if there's any comments in here. Lana says, thank you, Z. Hey, Lana, I'm looking forward to seeing you. Let me see if there's anything in here. Nawalzi says, thank you. You're welcome. One thing I want to say really quickly for those of you all who have decided to join or you're considering joining, I see someone comment that they're getting in there. I highly, highly, highly recommend, especially while we have open enrollment going on right now, highly recommend that you get the annual plan. Highly. And here's why. Number one, with the annual plan, you're going to get access to all of the workshops that you've missed. And if anyone's a member of the Unlocking Greatness community on these lives right now, they'll tell you these workshops are invaluable. You all, we don't sit around just with fluff. These workshops are invaluable. And the guest speakers that we have come in, we have some of the best experts that come in, right? So with the annual plan, you get access to all of those replays. So I can't stress that enough, how important that is. And if you decide to come in the pro, the inner circle tier, which I prayed about that for a while. We just released it a few days ago. I highly, 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 I can't stress it enough, suggest the annual plan for that one. And here's why. Right now, just for right now, I don't know how long I'm gonna do this for, I'll see. Anyone that gets the annual plan that comes in on the pro tier, I'm gonna actually have a strategy session with you, a one-on-one strategy session with you, just you and I. And we're gonna sit down and spend some time together. And I'm actually having strategy sessions, a few more today, in fact. Spend some time with you one-on-one, which is something I normally don't do a lot of. You all know that. I don't do a lot of one-to-ones because it's very time-consuming. But everyone that comes into the pro, the inner circle plan, at least right now during our open enrollment, I'm actually going to spend some time with you. We're having strategy sessions lined up this week. Baby, we're going to talk through your business. We're going to talk through what are your end goals. We're going to talk through your value ladders. Some of you may not know what that means, meaning your different levels of products and services you can offer. And we're going to sit down and lay out a blueprint together of where can we possibly get you between now and the next 3 months. And then where can we get you between now and the next 6 months? So you're going to have a blueprint starting off in the program. And that's only for those who come into the pro inner circle that do the annual plan. Anyway, someone says, hello, I just joined. Does the monthly provide any previous workshop? That's such a good question, baby. Yes, you still get access to the replays in the monthly, but you get access to the most recent month. That's a very, very good question. Yes. So if you join and you get the monthly, you still will be able to watch the replay because some people at work, right? And some people miss it and can't see it. But it goes away after, I forget, like 4 weeks or something. So it's in there for about a month or maybe, I think it's a month. Could be a little shorter, but you get my point. You get access to the replays temporarily, but you won't see the replays from all of the speakers that we've had prior. And I can't even express to you all of the workshops we've had from, just name something, walking step by step through how to publish and produce your book or get your podcast up or trademark your, I mean, just name it, manufacturing a product or what have you. So we've had expert speakers on AI and a number of things that you won't be able to see because that was months ago. So that's why I always recommend the annual plan. So hopefully that answered your question. Someone says, thank you. And someone says, can you switch? Yeah, I'm pretty sure my customer service team can switch people over. One of them is on this live right now. So eventually, if you decide that you want to switch from a monthly to an annual, I'm pretty sure that's something that can be done. I would recommend it from the beginning, not only because of the discount you get, but also because you get access to the whole library and you won't have to start anything over again. But I'm pretty sure they can work something out. Let me see if there's any other questions. Someone says, Lorraine says, bit by bit, I'm going through everything, and all I can say is my mindset is shifting back. Thank you. Lorraine, I love that. I love it. I love it. I love it. I think what touches my heart more than anything, you all don't know this, at least the people that don't know me that well. I spend so much time in prayer for you all, and especially for members in the Unlocking Greatness community. There's not a moment that goes by that I don't, when I pray for my family, my own family, right, that I don't automatically pray for the members in the Unlocking Greatness community. You all, my primary goal, and I'm being very transparent with you all, my primary goal for you all is you get strong in the Lord. You get strong in your mindset, right? You position yourself. Y'all listen to this really quickly, and I'm gonna close this live out. That you position yourself to be so strong, you walk in mastery in every area of your life. That's the whole point of the necessary retreat. There's a full retreat an amazing retreat that I was selling for $500. You all don't even pay anything extra for it. There's a full retreat inside of the Unlocking Greatness community. No matter which membership level you get, you literally get access to this retreat. And the whole point of that retreat is by the end of that process, baby, you are walking in mastery in every area of your life, no matter what comes your way. My goal is you walk in self-mastery. And my goal for the entrepreneurs, and I'm being very transparent, you get yourself together financially. You get your money right. You deploy your gifts out there to the world. And you be a living example of who God represents. And you get out there so that you can serve and help others globally. Does that make sense, you all? That book that God has given you to write, or that podcast, or that program, or that coaching platform, it's not just for you, baby. You may think it is, but it's not. My primary goal is, before the good Lord decides to take me away from this earth, my goal, and this is why we just opened the inner circle back up. I'm trying not to get teary-eyed as I'm talking about it. Primary goal with that inner circle is God. Please raise up leaders. I don't want the finances being a strain for people. So that inner circle is for those leaders who have a lot of pressure, especially coaches and mentors, because you guys get burnt out more than anyone. I know this firsthand, right? Get the leadership, the help that you need. Be in an inner circle where you can be with like-minded people, right? So you have that help. But also be in an environment where you can learn how to grow and expand your platform globally and have the resources so that you can then pour into other people and be a generational blessing. That's the legacy that I want to leave behind. I want you to grow closer in your walk with God. I want you to have mastery over self. And whatever gifts and talents that God has given you, I want it to be deployed to the entire world. And you be set in such a way that you can give and help other people, right? Does that make sense? That you can be a blessing not only for your family, but for generations to come. So that's what that whole inner circle is all about. I'm gonna have to get off of this live. I was supposed to have been at the office at about 9:15-ish or so, because there's a lot that we do to get prepared for these events. But let me just say this again before I leave. For all of the members in the Unlocking Greatness community, it's very important, if you're in the entrepreneurial section of the Unlocking Greatness community, you attend today's live workshop session for members only. Now, we used to email those links out to you all. Remember that? I'm speaking to members right now. If you check your email, you'll see you got a message from our support team. And instead of emailing the links out to you all, just for privacy, you all have to log into the platform, and the link will be right there inside of the community. If you're already a member, you already know what I'm talking about, but the link is right there inside of the community. So if you're in the business, just go to the business chat and you'll see the link right there. So if you are already a member, please be on time. We're going to be going 100 miles an hour because there's so much information we want to share, and we don't want to just share it. We want it to be more of like an implementation session. And we're going to be talking about every different angle that you can look at with your business and you can grow and increase your revenue. Then I'm going to pull back the curtains a little bit, share with you some of my information, what works and what doesn't, right? So that you can have some consistent revenue come into your business. And then I want us to have time to put someone in the hot seat. I want one or two of you all to get in the hot seat so we can talk about your business, what's working and what's not. And with the collective experience, mind you, I've been in business, just about 30 years, if not longer. I have a lot of experience, from product development to social media to podcasting to writing a book to running an agency, you name it. We are going to do the very best we can by the grace of God to help you get unlocked, to figure it out, and to start having that flow come into your business. That's my primary goal for today, for today's session. So you all make sure you're on time. For the rest of you all that have no idea what I'm talking about whatsoever, the doors are open. I don't believe in begging anyone to do anything. If you're getting the results that you already want for your life, for your business, then it's nice meeting you, and you never have to really consider joining anything because you're doing good. But if you're not getting the results you want, don't keep doing the same thing over and over when perhaps God is showing you, here's a way to get the help you need, and you sit there and you're just evaluating and let me think about it. Life is too short for that. I'm being very honest with you all. This is not a hard sell. If anyone's ever been on my Zoom calls or whatever, you all know I don't hard sell nothing. But life is too short to be sitting around, going around the same mountain by yourself trying to figure something out. Get yourself in the right environment and get the help that you need. You all have no idea how much training I put into myself. You have no idea. I have a book bag right here, and I'm actually going to be taking this in to share with the entrepreneurs today. You know how many books that I read on a consistent basis, on a monthly basis? You know how many seminars and conferences and things I go to through? I was just in almost a 2-3 hour mindset training session just the other day, constantly working on me. And I know I live inside of my Bible, right? And pray more than, well, I shouldn't say more than, just say more than the average person, right? But I'm constantly enriching self, growing in knowledge. So it's kind of arrogant to think, wow, I can get what I need just by sitting and watching a few motivational content and a few YouTube videos all day. No, baby. I'm just being honest with you all. Thank you, Diana. I'm just being very honest. This is not a hard sell. I'm just being very honest. You need to be in the right community with people. You need to get mentorship. You need to get in environments where someone has been there and done what you're trying to do, and you learn from them, whoever that person is. Even if you don't like me, and I mean that, get your butt in an environment where you're going to grow. Now, the 2 cents I want to put on this before I leave, the 2 cents that's very important. This is just my humble opinion, because I know just about everybody is in some kind of business program out there nowadays. Everybody's selling something. If you are only in an environment where it's just business, just, whatever, solely all about just making money, and you're not getting any mindset training, and you're not getting any biblical-based training, I want to say this with caution. I strongly advise you consider getting yourself that additional help. That don't mean that program is bad, because I don't put any coaches down. I love them all. And many of them already belong to the Unlocking Greatness community, right? Not everybody offers mindset and Bible-based with entrepreneurship. That's what we do. We do all three. You're getting personal, you're getting mindset, and you're getting entrepreneurship. Not everyone offers all of that, right? And that's a huge task to do and monitor, right? That we provide in the Unlocking Greatness community. Not everyone does that. But if you're in a program right now, because I know many of you are already in coaching programs with other people, and God knows it's not my desire to pull you away from them. But if you're not getting those other elements, baby, consider as an addition, you know what, let me get myself the additional help I need. Because you can make all the money in the world, but if that mindset is not right, if you don't have self-mastery, and especially if you're not strong in your walk with God, baby, when that opposition comes, trust me when I say, if you don't build it on a solid foundation, when the winds and the storm comes, it can and it will blow away. So get the help that you need. I love you all. I got to get myself on out of here. I will just say this to you all. Hold on a second, you guys. Just give me a moment. Oh, my God. Oh, God, I thank you so much. Give me a moment. I thank you. I'll just say this. If you have been looking and you've been praying and you need help, we're here for you. The Unlocking Greatness community open enrollment, I think, is going on for one more day? I think it is. When is the last day of the month? I don't know if the last day of the month is today or tomorrow. But anyway, the open enrollment is still going all the way through this month. You have zero excuse if you've been seeking help. We put our introductory prices back on our site, which is unbelievable that we did that. And those introductory rates are still there. You literally have zero excuse. I'll say this one more time. We have our next live workshop session today at noon, 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you have a business, are looking to grow your business, or maybe you're well established. If you're well established and you're looking to start growing globally, right? And you want to do in maybe 6 months what probably will take most businesses 6 years to do, I 1,000% recommend getting yourself into the Inner Circle membership, which is our pro membership, because the kickoff is next week for that, by the way. And when I tell you that is going to be on fire, that is going to be so hot and so on fire, it's going to be unbelievable, because you guys are going to be able to go at a speed that I wish somebody would have done with me years ago, instead of me having to walk through all of those mistakes and stuff myself. But that's another subject. If you are looking for help, the Unlocking Greatness community doors are open for you, period. You can go to unlockinggreatness.com. You can sign up today. The sign up is very quick. You will have to sign a waiver. We have a waiver on there that you acknowledge you're 18 and older. That waiver also acknowledges that you're going to respect the community guidelines. Baby, it is not a community where you're going to be able to go in there and talk about politics and all this other mess going on in the world. No, 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 no. The members of the Unlocking Greatness community, thank you. She said Thursday's the last day of the month. Okay, so I guess the open enrollment is going on for one more day. But the members in the Unlocking Greatness community are some serious people. I love them. They're from all around the world. I love them. They're so loving, so encouraging. We become literally a global family. And they're in there to learn, to give to each other. Let me say this really quickly. Let me just do a shout out to the members. I love you all so much, and I love how you all take care of each other. I notice that when new members join and come into the community, I notice how you all are welcoming them in when they go in and they post in the community who they are and where they're from. And I love that some of you all have, even outside of the community, gotten with other members. Some of you all have joined some of the other members' live TikToks and whatever, just to help boost them and to help them out. Some of you all have helped some of the other members with their webinars, and I don't know why I'm getting teary-eyed, but I love seeing people that don't know each other. They're not even connected in different parts of the world, and you all are coming together, and that there's no competition. You know, there's no, excuse me for the tears. Don't even know where that's coming from. I love the global family that's being built into the community. I love, you guys give me a moment. I was just having a session with one of the members the other day, because for those who are in the pro inner circle tier or the one-to-one sessions, I get with them sometimes. We have our meetings. But anyway, I was just having a meeting with one of them, and she was just saying, Z, this has really just become a family for me. But I love how you all are so kind to each other. I love how you all take care of each other. Even in the Hold Me Accountable section inside of the community, when members ask to be held accountable for a goal, I love seeing how you all are following up with some of them and saying, hey, how is it going? Did you do so? I think it's so beautiful what's happening, and it's an answered prayer. So I just wanted to give a shout out. Anyway, let me get my butt off of this live. I'm up here crying for no reason at all. Let me see if there's any last minute questions. Yes, so the website is unlockinggreatness.com. Open enrollment is still happening yesterday and today. Lana says, we love you too, Z. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lana. Lana, I just love you. I love every single member in there. Let me get off of this live. You guys, I gotta go. I'm supposed to be at the office. As a wrap up for those who are just joining, we have one more day of open enrollment for the Unlocking Greatness community. I thought it was today, but I guess tomorrow's the last day of open enrollment. And all that means we've waived the enrollment fees and things of that such. You can go to unlockinggreatness.com to join. If you have been looking for help, the only thing that I can tell you is we're offering it. You can get help for personal growth and entrepreneurship. You can continue to get the same results you've been getting and watch these lives and watch motivational content all you want. Motivation only lasts just a little bit of time, you guys. We are at a point in life, and I really believe in this economy and in this world, and I'm being very transparent with you all. You guys have got to get serious about your growth. You have to. Not only personal, but also financial. I can't stress it enough. And I know you're not used to seeing me going live and talking anything about finances. I cannot stress it enough, you guys. You have to get serious about your growth. This is not the time to play around. As children of God, we're supposed to be the ones out there able to help other people when they're in need. And many times we think that we're waiting on God to do this and to do that. And I'm telling you from experience, many times God is waiting on us to show up. This is why the Bible teaches us, let us not give up meeting together, as many are in the habit of doing, but let us encourage one another all the more as we see the day approaching. I believe that's Hebrews 12. We're so used to doing things alone now, right? And there's such a low trust factor right now. And I get it, because everybody's got something to sell, so that the trust factor is very low right now in social media, with a lot of people. Very, very low. I get it. I totally get it. But you cannot allow fears and things to hold you back from getting the help that you need. And I'll say this again. It doesn't matter if it's my program or somebody else's. Find one that you feel identifies with who you are and get the help that you need. There's been some members that's come into Unlocking Greatness, like the new member that just joined. She said, Z, I've been following you for a whole year, and I finally just joined. And she says, my God, I literally just attended one workshop session, and it was absolutely phenomenal. It's changed my whole perspective, right? Right? Sometimes you have to just make a move and say, well, let me at least give it a try and see if this is going to help me and get the help that I need. I tell my staff this all the time, and I tell members in the Unlocking Greatness community this all the time. You only have to get it right just one time. Someone says, where do I look and see which suits as an entrepreneur? Go to unlockinggreatness.com. And when you go there, right on the homepage, there's a tab that says Join Mentorship. When you click on that tab, you're going to see the 3 different community levels that we offer. One is Foundation, and that's for those who are not pursuing entrepreneurship, but they need a whole lot of help and guidance. And the other 2, no matter which other 2 you choose for entrepreneurship, you'll be seeing me today at noon at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. You'll be in that workshop because today's entrepreneur session is for all entrepreneurs. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay? If you already have an established business, and if you're ready to really expand globally, this is very important. And especially if you are a coach or a mentor or an influencer, or you're looking to build out a massive community, or you're looking to perhaps manufacture and get your products out there to the whole world, like a global reach, then I would highly advise the pro tier, which is the inner circle. We just opened that back up just a few days ago. And if you get that annual plan, I'll be meeting with you one-on-one in addition to the sessions we're having. So hopefully that answers your question. But anyway, Antonia says, you've changed my life in so many ways. I'm grateful, grateful, grateful. Antonia, thank you so much, baby. Thank you, thank you. Nadine says, good day, Z. Nadine here. How can I get in contact with you? I'm trying to think which Nadine. Nadine says, I need her. Nadine, if you're already a member in the Unlocking Greatness community, I'll see you on our live workshop sessions. You know, after the workshop sessions, I typically stay back when the Zoom calls is over. To talk to people a little bit. So if you're already there, just make sure that you join the live workshop session we're having today. And I agree with you. As Leah says, amen, the lender and not the borrower. Yeah, yeah. And many times, as Leah, what I've noticed, especially when I talk to people that have goals and dreams in mind, you want to know what bothers me more than anything. You guys, I really got to get out of here. But you want to know what bothers me more than anything. What bothers me is when I talk to somebody and I see or they tell me what they're trying to do, a business, or it could be anything. It could be sewing clothes, it could be DJing, it could be, name something, writing a book, starting a nonprofit program, starting a coaching program. What really bothers me is when I see people and the talent is there and they don't know what to do to get it up and going. And then I see them like month after month, or you know, in some cases year after year. And these are people I'm talking personally that I talk to, and the growth is just not there, but they're not willing to get the help that they need so that they can change the situation. To me, that just makes no sense at all. Why not get the help that you need, right? That's what really bothers me, is when I see talent and people struggling and going through things, but they're more talented than the vast majority of the people that I know. I went to a conference a long time ago, last year, not a long time, a couple months ago in California, and I met with some of the top coaches like in the world. Name some of the top coaches and they probably were there. And I was there with them for about 3 days. You want to know what I noticed, you all? After I spent that much time with them, and this is a God honest truth. I'm sitting there at the table with people that are making millions and millions and millions of dollars a year. In one case, is one guy, I don't even want to talk about what he made because you'll probably know his name if I tell you. And I sat there and I thought, there's really nothing so unique about this person, different than so many of the other people that I already know that are out there that could probably run circles around him or her. The only difference is they got in the right room, they got the help they needed, they got their strategies together, and they implemented it. That was the only difference. And I sat there with such a heavy heart. I thought, how many people out there are sitting on goals and dreams forever, and they're just not in the right environments, in the right rooms just to learn? Baby, it don't take all that to do that. Like, I just helped a guy the other day. He wanted to get a podcast up and going. I'm like, that doesn't even take not even an hour to do. And he's like, what? And I walked it through with him, and he's got went there and getting it set up and he's like, Zia, I didn't even know. And I says, yeah. He's like, do you know how long I've been? Yeah, just get in the right environment around the right people and get the help you need so you can grow and move on. Anyway, I love you all. For those of you, again, who are already members of the Unlocking Greatness community, be on time today. Today's entrepreneur session is focused heavily on sales, increasing your revenue for your business models. We are going deep into sales and increasing revenue. I want to make that really, really, really clear. We're going to be looking at all the different things that you can do, what works and what doesn't work, so that you can have some major results in your businesses. And I want to see some major quantum leaps happen even in this next week. Okay? And for those of you who are just joining, I'm sorry I can't recap all of this because I really, really, really got to go. I was supposed to have been off of this live about 20 minutes ago. But you can go to unlockinggreatness.com. We have one more day before the open enrollment closes. The program is still going to be open. It's just that, with the open enrollment, we just got a lot of little extra things that we do. And we have, what's going on with open enrollment? There's free gift we're giving out. The enrollment fee is waived on one or two of the plans, and the annual subscription plans are lower than what it normally would be. So at the end of tomorrow, I guess tomorrow is Thursday, we still are gonna still be able to join. It's just that you don't get all those all of the perks and things that you see now. So you can go to unlockinggreatness.com. And for those of you who are entrepreneurs, I'll see you all in a little bit. We're going to meet at 12 o'clock Central Standard Time. Be on time. Log into the platform. Make sure that you all are ready. Make sure you have your laptops open, your pens and stuff ready, because today is all about how do I turn this business model around. You all, I'm going to say this again. Today's focus is on sales and growth and increasing revenue. Just to be clear, you cannot, for the most part, do the same things you've been doing to generate money or income for your businesses that you did even a year ago and expect to get favorable results. The world has changed. So today's environment is all talking about that. What works, what doesn't work. What you all don't know, this is for the members. We've tested out a number of different models and different levelers, and you all are going to get the benefit from all of the money, time, and testing that we've done. So get this, you're not going to have to walk through all the mess we just went through, right? We did some testing on some things. You all are going to be able to come in and just get the meat of, okay, Z, tell me what worked and what didn't. You get my point? That's what I'm excited about today, because today you guys get to cut time down tremendously because of what you're going to learn inside of our entrepreneur session today. And especially for those of you who are coaches, who are mentors, who are community platform providers, or who have a product or service that you're trying to launch out there to the world. So you're going to learn from a lot of my mistakes. You're going to learn from my victories. You're going to learn from other members. Okay. So that's what today's session is about. I'll see you all today at noon. Are there any last minute questions? I know that's right, Coach Webb. Coach Webb is on it. I love you all. If there's any last minute questions, I'll put it in the chat really quickly. For the rest of you all, you can go to unlockinggreatness.com and sign up. The sign up is pretty quick. You have to just sign your waiver. And once you're done registering, you're going to immediately have access into the community immediately. Make sure you go into the business chat section. That's where the meetup tab is. You're going to see a tab that says meetup, and you're going to be able to join the live Zoom workshop we have at noon. It's very, very, very important that you be there on time. We have our own custom branded app. Many people don't know that. That's only available to the members inside of the Unlocking Greatness community. So you have push notifications that come right through to your phone, which that's another thing that the members are going to learn inside of the Inner Circle, the Pro tier. You guys are going to learn things like that. How did you get your own custom branded app? What are the ups and downs with that? What company did you settle on doing that with? And how did you get it at such a great price without having to go this route where that costs a ridiculous amount of money? And what made you choose this particular company? You see what I mean? The things that you learn when you're in the right environment, baby, can save you a whole lot of time if you just get in the right environments. All right. So I love you all. Diana, I see you. Diana says, I'm new here and I'm ready to grow. Diana, I hope to meet you today in just a little bit. When we start off our live workshops, I always allow the new members a chance to introduce themselves, and I talk to them for a little bit. So I'll be talking to you at noon. But anyway, I love you all. I got to get out of here. You can go to unlockinggreatness.com and sign up. Again, I highly recommend the annual plan. Highly. You don't want to get in there and then say, Z, I'm trying to find the master replays replays on the live workshop on, you know, such and such, right? And the annual memberships include the replays for all of the live workshops, all of the guest speakers we've had in, right? So you really want to get access to all of that while we have it available during the open enrollment, okay? I love you all. Let me see if there's any last question or last comment, and I'm going to close on out. Okay, I'm going to start closing out if there's no questions coming in. Love you all. Love you, love you, love you. And entrepreneurs, I'm looking forward to seeing you all today. I love you all so much. Again, go to unlockinggreatness.com and you all can sign up today, and I'll see you at noon at our live workshop. It's going to be phenomenal. I love you all. Bye-bye. All righty, you guys, I'm closing out. Let me get rid of some of these live things here. Who's next to get rid of? All right, I love you all. Let me see if there's any questions. Nadine says, I just ordered your book. I need mentorship assistance. I'm weak in this area. Nadine, I hope to see you today inside of our workshop session. If you choose to be an entrepreneur, definitely I'll see you today. And if you choose the personal development, then I'll see you Monday. Our next live workshop session for personal development is Monday, which, by the way, is a perfect time to join, because on Monday we're going to be reviewing and walking through the necessary retreat. So that'll give you just enough time to start walking through the online retreat that we have, which is really, really, really phenomenal, Nadine. And you'll have just enough time to go through it a little bit. So when we talk on Monday, we can discuss what you've learned so far. So I look forward to meeting you, Nadine. Love you all. And for the rest of the entrepreneurs, I'm looking forward to seeing you all today at noon.